define success, because
then
then
it's going to be different for everyone, though.
you could turn around and say that it's way more likely that you're going to get what you want if you just go work in a job and stick to it.
Why?
It's way more likely to do that. We're talking likelihood now.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's way more likely to do that and earn a decent income.
Yeah.
And, save.
For you saying
budget.
for people to do that?
Yeah,
Yeah.
So save and budget, and that's the likelihood of you getting what you want by doing that is way higher than trying to run your own business.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, people.
Way
that's,
higher.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
So then why don't we do that?
Because there's less opportunity. A lot of people do that and are happy doing that.
What? But there's
That's why the
there's
vast
actually
majority of
lots
people-
of opportunity there
Where?
in doing that.
In being an employee.
Yeah, because people leave and then you move your way up the ladder and then you find some dud who's been in the business for 25 years is now the CEO and earning multiple six figures only because he stuck around.
Yeah, but there's going to be a lot of
That same person would never have done it in a business, would never have been hired by a top tier company.
How many? Okay, but this is what there's a lot of small businesses are the driving force of the economy too. Yeah, they would generate more. I'm pretty sure about this stat. I'm not 100% sure, but I think small businesses drive a fair portion of the economy in this country and in most countries too.
Yeah,
The small business owners.
I don't know the numbers, but yeah.
Yeah, whatever it is. So when you're saying climb the corporate ladder, we got the cafe on the corner here. There's no corporate ladder there, right? There's the boss, there's employees, and there's people working there. Their opportunity to become...
They become the...
they could be there for 10 years. Like, where's that? Okay, I manage the shop. I run the cafe now. I can make 120.
Yeah.
Okay. But if he had his own cafe, he could make triple that. He knows the ins and outs.
He could also make a quarter of that.
He could, but that's risk and opportunity.
Yeah, but...
Right, and this is where if you start to get... Like, I don't know how we got onto this topic, but you need to go and put yourself out there. Like, if you think you're good enough you've mastered the trade, you've mastered whatever you're really good at, go out there now and give it a crack and go create some life, money, freedom for yourself. There's an element of running a business as well that I think gives you advantages.
What's that?
Depending how you structure yourself and your business, there's tax advantages. There's opportunities that you will have running a business that you won't have as an employee. Look, the number one, for me, as I said, the number one driving factor behind this was to generate a significant amount more wealth than what I would in a job.
So, if Google offered you that job, you take it?
Yes, but Google
offered you a job.
Yes, I would. Yes.
Double what you're earning now.
No.
Double?
No.
5 times?
Maybe.
I say Google.
Yeah.
But picture a Melbourne company.
A Melbourne company of some sort to offer me a significant amount of money to do it. Potentially.
10 times?
10 times, yeah, probably.
20 times?
Yeah. Yes. If I'm yes at 10, I'll be yes at 20.
No, but I want to hear where do I sign? Yeah. But then you'd still get all the benefits. That's what I was trying to get at. That was the point I was trying to make.
Yeah, okay.
You wouldn't lose.
Okay.
You wouldn't be losing.
Yes, but there's not that. Okay, so let's use me as a builder.
Yep.
There's how many builders in the country? 3,000? How many people are going to get that opportunity? So I'm saying for the vast majority of people to get wealth and build something for themselves is to do it for themselves. Not everyone is going to get that $20 million project or that $20 million or $10 million or 10 times offer on what they're doing. So the way that they can generate and win at the game isn't to be an employee.
Yeah. No. I'm not saying people should go and be employees. That's not what I'm saying.
There's nothing wrong with that too, though. If you're listening to this and you are an employee, there is nothing wrong with being the number 2, 3, number 1 in the business, because that's what businesses need to thrive for the time being. Till we get these AI agents working.
Till the AI agents take over. Yeah, but that's not the point I was making. What I was trying to say was you can still have everything you mentioned and not run a business. That's what I'm saying.
Yes, you can.
Yeah.
But to a lesser scale.
Not necessarily.
Most of the time.
And you could also say that most of, but your argument is twofold.
But there are more positions. There are less of those higher positions than what there are employee type positions.
Yeah, yeah. And there are also less people who fail as an employee than people who fail in business.
Less people that fail as an employee. Yes.
Yeah.
You are right.
Yeah, yeah. But like,
Yes.
so that's what I'm saying. Like your argument about, let's
Yeah.
say they're 3 levels.
Yeah.
Level 1 is employee, level 2 is business, level 3 is that top tier that we're talking
Yeah.
about, getting the high end role.
Mm.
Yeah. So your argument from 2 to 3 is applicable from 1 to 2.
Yes, but there'd be less people 2 to 3. Less opportunities 2 to 3, I reckon.
Yeah, I've got quantity wise.
Yes,
Yes.
that's right.
But
But that's what I'm saying. There's probably a lot more quantity wise from 1 to 2 than 2 to 3.
But it's the same thing the other way around.
Yeah.
Quantity wise, yes, but probably percentage wise, it's going to be similar. Or, do you know what I mean?
Yeah. I
Look at how
guess.
many small businesses don't survive.
Yeah, there's a lot of that too. There is a lot of that.
And then look at how many people who
So then
don't
why-
get to the top.
So why did you get into business? You could have had a very cushy job at
I did have a
Mercedes.
cushy job.
Yeah, but you could still be, if you had been there now, how long's it been since you left?
4
5,
years.
4 years. Okay, cool.
Oh,
Another
for
4
the
years.
first time I left?
Oh, first time. Did you leave and go back? Oh no, because
Yeah,
you were as an
back for-
apprentice and then you went back.
I was there. No, I was there for 7 years.
Yeah.
And then when I left real estate, I went back for a year.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Oh, cool. Let's just say you never left. Right?
whole
You didn't.
time.
Yeah. You didn't go to real estate. You didn't go to real estate.
Yeah, dude, at one point I was pretty locked in.
Yeah,
Like
that's
that
what I
was my
mean.
life.
That's
like,
what I
I was
mean.
like,
You
I'm here for the
became-
next 30 years.
What would be and what would be that? What would be the most senior role you could get there at the business?
Probably dealer principal.
Dealer principal. What's that mean? Like you own the dealership?
Run the dealership.
You just run it for someone else?
Yeah.
Okay. So dealer principal, what do they make?
500-600.
Oh, it's a decent wicket.
It's a big job.
Is it?
Yeah, it's a massive job.
Well, you're just not just walking in and say, hey, sell some cars,
Probably.
have fun,
Yeah, something like that.
give some high fives, go upstairs, have coffee.
You're running the show.
Okay. So why'd you leave? Why did you leave?
Mercedes?
Yeah. Why did you start your business? Why did you get out?
Because I was always I always have felt like there's got to be more.
Yeah. So there is that. Yeah. Okay. More what?
More than what I was doing. I was like, I got very, like, is this it? Like, even when I was 22, 23, like, and I was doing well.
Mm.
I was like, is this it? Like, this is it. That's it. Forever. That's it. Like, this desk, everything. Like, you know what I mean? And I would
You freaked?
freak. And that's why I went and did real estate. Because I was like, all right, fuck it. Like, if we're going to go and my thing at the time, this was my line. I was like, I was going to get into sales. Yeah. But then I was like, why sell biscuits if you can sell cakes?
Yeah.
So I went and did sales in real estate. Why sell cars if I could sell houses
Yeah.
worth multiple cars? 10, 15 cars. Do you know what I mean? Why would I do this and sell? Like, didn't make sense.
Yep.
So I was like, cool, I'll go sell houses. But yeah, I just felt like there's got to be more. And I guess the one thing I was pushing for and hoping you were going to say was the amount business will teach you about yourself.
Yeah. That's true.
Yeah.
It does.
It does. Fucking oath it does, dude.
I think my character has definitely matured and changed as a result of running a business.
Of course. It would be, I don't know, anyone who goes in and comes out
Yeah.
and it's like, I'm saying,
That was easy.
yeah, yeah.
Is that all?
That didn't change my life at all.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
That's such a
No,
great way. It definitely has changed my life.
Of course.
100%.
It develops you as a human, dude.
Yep.
Everything. The wins,
the loss.
L's, yeah, the fucking losses, the stressful moments, the times where I did a video about this the other day and I said, you can have the greatest month in the world with your business. Like, you can have a great month. I said, damn, fuck, man, like, we're on top of the world. And then, like, 48 hours later, I said, damn, I'm going to burn this whole fucking month to the ground. Like, I fucking so over this shit, over this, over these, you know what I mean? And that can be, like, as little as a 48-hour window. And I think those moments define your character.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, they really, really put you in a position where, you know, when your back's against the wall,
Mm-hmm.
it's like you never get that as an employee.
That's right.
You never get that as an employee. You're like, you know what? Fuck it. I'll fucking go up the road and I'm sure they'll take me. Do you know what I mean? As a business owner, you can't do that. There's no I'll go up the road and I'm sure they'll take me.
Yeah.
It's kind of like, hey, I need to keep the fucking lights on.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I reckon that is one of the key things that you can't get from working for someone. Like that level of pressure.
Yeah, without a doubt. Without a doubt.
That level of I've got rent due and there's no money.
Yeah.
And I've got nothing coming in. And it's like, we're fucked. Do you know what I mean? That, you know, like that, it's that, yeah, I reckon that's the one thing that you cannot, isn't transferable. Zero. Because when you, the security as an employee, it's there.
Oh,
no matter how much pressure there is with the role and blah, blah, blah. And it's like, hey, okay, cool. We're in a high role here.
Yeah.
Like there's always that level of, I can switch off.
Without a doubt. I remember switching off.
Oh, dude, I
remember.
had a term for it. It's called holiday mode.
I just remember, I used to say it, like, I was always able to put my cup down at the end of the day as an employee. So what I mean by that, I don't know if you ever saw this analogy where it's like if you hold a glass of water just at 90 degrees like this the whole time, it's fine. It's fine for 5 minutes. It's fine for half an hour. But after an hour, like your shoulder's starting to burn. After 2 hours, like you're shaking. After 3 hours, like you're trying to hold it up with your other hand. Like it's really hard. Whereas at the end of the day, you just like put your cup down. Like you don't have to hold the cup anymore. Right? Your stresses, your issues, your pains, they're all there on the table. Then pick the cup up tomorrow morning. As an employee, I used to do that all the time. I used to be working hard, high pressure job, got paid, knew the money was in the account every month. Just bang. At nighttime, 5:30, 6 o'clock, whenever I left, cup was down, go home, and that's it. No phone calls, no nothing.
Yeah, you could literally.
I could switch off.
unplug,
I just, whatever, I'll do whatever I want. Go play PlayStation, hang out with mates, go anything I wanted to do. Whereas now, it's a completely different ballgame.
Yeah,
You're like, oh shit, I've got to do this in the morning. Oh, I've got to send that off. Oh, better not forget, better email myself now so I don't forget. You know, it's a lot. It's a different game. You know, look, I walked in here talking about a business thing. When I walked in, I was saying, oh, I've got to do this, 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 and this. And you're like, yeah, what a problem. What a problem to have. You don't have that as an employee.
You definitely don't have that as an employee.
But
you don't get the other side of it.
that's right.
You know, I've shared that analogy before of like the straight line.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And it's like the more ups, the person who becomes a billionaire and goes broke drops further than the person who's always been broke.
Mm.
So it's like life is a straight line, and the further you go up, the further you can go down. And the further you go down, the further you can go up.
Yeah.
And it's like it expands that horizon for you.
Yeah.
And it
without a
makes the ups way more. Because fuck, winning when it's your own thing is like the greatest thing.
That's what I mean. That's why I said I love the winning. So that's why when I'm having the losses, it doesn't deter me from getting up the next morning and going again.
If you like that clip and you want to watch another one, click just over here. And if you want to watch the full episode, click just over here. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel, and thanks for watching.